What's up, everybody? And let me tell you, this ain't no New York City street corner. We're talking about the Swiss Alps, people. Mountains, snow, adventure, the works. Now I know what you're thinking, the Alps? That's for fancy skiers and hikers with one of those fancy stick things. But hold up, because this video is your golden ticket to conquering those mountains, even if you've never seen snow outside of a Christmas movie. We're about to drop some serious knowledge bombs, 10 to be exact. Things you absolutely need to know before you even think about booking that flight. Trust me, this is insider info, the kind they don't print in those glossy travel brochures. So buckle up, grab your adventure pants, you know the ones, because by the end of this video, you'll be practically yodeling with excitement. Let's do this! First stop on our Swiss adventure, Interlaken. This place is like the Grand Central Station of the Alps, except instead of grumpy commuters and pigeons, you've got towering mountains and crystal clear lakes. Yeah, it's that beautiful. Imagine waking up, opening your window, and bam! You're greeted by a view that looks like it came straight out of a Bob Ross painting, only better because it's real. And the air? Forget about it. It's so fresh, you'll feel like you can breathe for the first time in your life. But Interlaken isn't just about pretty views, it's about adrenaline too. We're talking skydiving, paragliding, whitewater rafting, bungee jumping. Basically, if it gets your heart racing, Interlaken has got it. So whether you're a seasoned thrill seeker or a newbie looking for a challenge, Interlaken is the perfect place to kick off your Swiss adventure. Now, when you're in Interlaken, there are a few things you absolutely can't miss. First up, take a cruise on Lake Thun or Lake Brienz. Trust me, the water is even bluer in person, and the surrounding mountains. Epic doesn't even begin to describe them. Next, head up to Haute, Interlaken's very own mountain peak. You can hike up, but honestly, the funicular is the way to go. It's like a roller coaster, but instead of loops and drops, you get breathtaking views that will blow your mind. And for all you adventure junkies out there, a word of advice. Book your activities in advance, especially during peak season. You don't want to miss out on jumping out of a perfectly good airplane just because you didn't plan ahead, right? So there you have it. Interlaken in a nutshell. Get ready for stunning scenery, adrenaline-pumping activities, and memories that will last a lifetime. Alright guys, next stop on our Swiss escapade, Lucerne. This city is like a fairy tale come to life, complete with a medieval old town, a shimmering lake, and mountains that look like they were sculpted by giants. Yeah, it's pretty intense. Now, I know what you're thinking. You said this was about adventure, not history lessons. And you're right, but trust me on this one. Lucerne manages to blend history and natural beauty in a way that's both fascinating and breathtaking. We're talking cobblestone streets, colourful houses, and bridges that date back to the 14th century. The most famous one? The Chapel Bridge, a wooden footbridge decorated with paintings that tell the story of Lucerne. It's like walking through a history book, but way more interesting. And then there's Lake Lucerne, a body of water so clear and pristine you'll swear it's photoshopped. But it's not. It's just Switzerland being Switzerland. Now, while the Chapel Bridge might be the star of the show in Lucerne, don't think for a second that's all this city has to offer. Take a ride up Mount Pilatus, the world's steepest cogwheel railway. Enjoy panoramic views of snow-capped peaks and sparkling lakes. And don't leave without trying the local cheese. Alright guys, listen up. If you're even remotely into mountains, and I mean, who isn't? Zermatt is non-negotiable. It's like the mountain climbing capital of the world, and for good reason. First off, the Matterhorn. You've seen the Toblerone chocolate bar, right? That iconic pyramid peak? That's the Matterhorn, and it's even more impressive in person. Trust me. Now, you don't have to be a hardcore climber to enjoy Zermatt. You can take a scenic train up to Gernegrat for mind-blowing views, or hop on the Matterhorn Glacier Paradise cable car, the highest cable car station in Europe. But even just wandering around the village is an experience. It's car-free, so everything feels super peaceful and pristine, plus the whole place just oozes this charming Swiss chalet vibe. Now, if you are feeling adventurous, Zermatt has you covered. We're talking world-class skiing in the winter, obviously, but even in the summer, you've got hiking trails for every level, from leisurely strolls to challenging climbs. And hey, if you're feeling really ambitious, you can even attempt to climb the Matterhorn itself. Just, maybe leave that to the professionals, all right? I'm all for pushing boundaries, but safety first, people. But seriously, whatever your speed, Zermatt is an experience you won't forget. The air is fresh, the scenery is epic, and the energy is just different. It's like stepping into a postcard. And who knows, you might even feel inspired to conquer a mountain or two yourself, or, just enjoy the view with a giant plate of cheese fondue. No judgment here. All right, so Zurich. You hear Zurich, you probably think banks, finance, suits, right? But don't let that fool you. This city knows how to have a good time. The lake is massive and gorgeous. Zurich's culinary scene is off the hook. And the chocolate? Next level. The art scene is a big surprise. Always something cool happening on the streets. Now, I know what you're thinking. Casey, this is supposed to be about the Swiss Alps. What about the mountains? Don't worry, I got you. Zurich might be a city, but it's also a gateway to the Alps. From Zurich, you can hop on a train and be in the mountains in less than an hour. Seriously, it's that easy. So you can spend the morning exploring the city's museums and cafes and be hiking in the Alps by lunchtime. And trust me, the mountains around Zurich are no joke. You've got towering peaks, pristine lakes, charming villages, the whole 9 yards. You can go hiking, biking, skiing, snowboarding, whatever your heart desires. So yeah, Zurich might not be the first place you think of when you think of the Swiss Alps. But that's what makes it so cool. It's the best of both worlds, city life and mountain adventures, all rolled into one. All right, let's talk about Geneva. Geneva is sophisticated, international, and expensive. First stop, check out Lake Geneva and the iconic Château. Don't miss the United Nations headquarters. Geneva also boasts rich history and culture. And indulge in Swiss chocolate and luxury watches. While you're in Geneva, explore the surrounding area. Visit the Château de Chillon. It's a medieval castle on Lake Geneva. Lake Geneva is perfect for a day trip. Rent a boat, swim, or relax on the shore. Enjoy lakeside dining with a view. Wander around the old town. It's full of cobblestone streets and historic buildings. All right, guys, Lugano, this place is wild. It's like Switzerland took a little vacation to Italy and decided to stay. You got palm trees, you got that Mediterranean vibe. And the food? Forget about it. Pasta, pizza, gelato, all with that Swiss twist. And the lake Lago di Lugano, it's like something out of a movie. Imagine this. Crystal clear blue water surrounded by these mountains that just shoot straight up into the sky. You can take a boat tour, go for a swim, or just chill by the shore and soak it all in. Trust me, you'll be snapping photos left and right. And hey, if you're feeling adventurous, rent a paddle boat or even try your hand at some water skiing. Just try not to fall in, the water's pretty cold. But hey, even if you do, it'll be a story to tell, right? Now, Lugano isn't just about the lake. The city itself is a cool mix of Swiss efficiency and Italian passion. Cobblestone streets, charming cafes, and shops selling Swiss chocolate and Italian leather. Jump on the funicular for insane views. Head up to Monte Bray or Monte San Salvatore. Lugano has it all, beautiful, exciting, delicious. All right, guys, next stop, Bern, the capital of Switzerland. Bern is like stepping back in time in the best way possible. Cobblestone streets, medieval fountains, and sandstone buildings. This whole place is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Bern's got a really cool, laid-back vibe. Oh, and I almost forgot, bears. They have a whole bear park where you can see them. When in Bern, check out the Zitglogger. Every hour, mechanical figures come out. Embrace the touristy vibe. Visit the Einstein house where Einstein lived. Bern has a network of medieval cellars and vaults. Some are now bars, restaurants, and shops. It's like a whole other city down there. Alright guys, let's talk about the big guy, the main event, the mountain that screams Switzerland louder than a yodeler in a cheese shop, the Matterhorn. This isn't just a mountain, it's an icon. It's like the Eiffel Tower of the Alps. And trust me, pictures don't do it justice. Seeing the Matterhorn in person, that jagged peak piercing the sky, it's just wow. You instantly get why this mountain has inspired artists, poets, and chocolate makers for centuries. Now, you can't come to Switzerland and not get up close and personal with the Matterhorn. And there are a few ways to do that. If you're feeling adventurous, you can hike. There are trails for all skill levels, but be warned, even the easy ones will leave you feeling it. But hey, who am I kidding? You're here to relax, right? That's where the Gurnegrat comes in. It's this mountain railway that takes you on a scenic journey up to, you guessed it, an epic view of the Matterhorn. Now, even if you're not a hiker or a mountain climber, there's still plenty to do around the Matterhorn. The town of Zermatt, which sits at the foot of the mountain, is a whole vibe. It's car-free, so you can breathe in that fresh mountain air without worrying about exhaust fumes. Plus, it's got this charming old-world feel with horse-drawn carriages and cute little shops selling everything from cuckoo clocks to designer watches. And speaking of watches, did I mention Zermatt is also home to some of the best watchmakers in the world? But let's be real, you're here for the Matterhorn. And whether you're admiring it from a distance, riding a cable car to the top, or just snapping a million photos, this mountain will leave a lasting impression. It's a reminder that nature is capable of creating things that are both beautiful and awe-inspiring. Soak it up, guys. This is what it's all about. Alright, listen up, because Appenzell is unlike anywhere else in Switzerland. Forget your fancy watches and chocolate for a second. We're talking rolling green hills, cows with bigger bells than my backpack, and dudes in lederhosen who can yodel like nobody's business. I'm not even kidding. It's like stepping into a postcard from 100 years ago. And the best part? It's not some tourist trap. This is legit Swiss culture, untouched by time. People here live and breathe tradition. They even vote by hand in the town square, like something out of a history book. Seriously, Google it. So what are you waiting for? Ditch the crowds in Interlaken, hop on a train, and get ready to experience the real Switzerland. Trust me, Appenzell is worth the trip. Now, if you're like me, you're itching to explore, and Appenzell delivers. We're talking miles of hiking trails that wind through forests, past waterfalls, and up to panoramic views that'll blow your mind. But hold up, because we gotta talk about the food. This region is famous for its cheese. And I'm not talking about your average cheddar. Appenzeller cheese is strong, flavorful, and best enjoyed melted over a plate of rosti, crispy fried potatoes. Trust me, it's a flavor explosion. And don't even get me started on the local beer. They brew it right here in the mountains, and it's the perfect way to unwind after a long day of hiking. Seriously, Appenzell is a feast for the senses. Okay, so we've explored the mountains, hiked through forests, and eaten our weight in cheese. Now it's time to unwind in style, and Montreux is the place to do it. Picture this: palm trees swaying in the breeze, the sparkling waters of Lake Geneva, and the snow-capped Alps in the distance. Yeah, it's pretty much paradise. But Montreux is more than just a pretty face. This town has serious history. We're talking about the legendary Montreux Jazz Festival, where everyone from Miles Davis to Freddie Mercury has graced the stage. Speaking of Freddie, make sure to check out his statue down by the lake. It's become a pilgrimage site for Queen fans worldwide. Now, I'm all about soaking up the atmosphere, and there's no better way to do that than by strolling along Montreux's gorgeous lakeside promenade. You can grab a coffee, people watch, or just enjoy the breathtaking views. And if you're feeling adventurous, hop on a ferry and explore the charming towns that dot the shores of Lake Geneva. You can even visit the Château de Chillon, a medieval castle straight out of a fairy tale. Trust me, it's Instagram gold. From the adrenaline-pumping peaks of the Matterhorn to the tranquil shores of Lake Geneva, we've covered it all. Switzerland, you've officially stolen a piece of my heart. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey through the Swiss Alps. Don't forget to visit CountryDiscover.com for more travel tips and guides. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, comment, and let me know your favorite Swiss destination. Until next time, happy travels.